all, Tabitha Blue here, and I am super excited to chat today about something that I'm just really excited about, and that is books. I'm a mom of 4, so finding that time, well, I'll just say this, I have to make time. I can't just find the time. And books are something that I love to make the time for. So for me in this journey of life, books are like a good textbook. And so I'm really excited for my own list. I pulled together 12 books that I absolutely am excited to read this year. I'm sure there will be more. But I'm putting together this book list and this book club because I want you to join me on this journey. And I think I found some really amazing books. I know it's January already. We are almost done with this month, so I am diving into the first book quickly. But what's really cool about this whole thing is we're going to have live book reviews. We are going to have live events where locals can come and join me and have a book club night. So we'll have a really good time together, and I'm going to open up my studio so you can come join me and have a book club night. So let's get into this list, because I think if you're a book lover, or even if not, really what I would love to do would be to inspire other people to pick up a book and read. If you love reading, then you will have fun along this journey with me. So I say join me, let's get the conversation going about these books. And if not, maybe it'll inspire you to try one of them, try 3 of them, try all of them, and go through it with us. With that said, I like a variety of books, and so we rounded up some of our favorites that we think are going to be our favorites anyway for this coming year, but in all different genres and categories. So we do have some novels and some memoirs in there. There are some that are self-betterment books. I think it'll just be a really exciting way to read through the year. So I've got a list that I'm ready to devour. Let's get into it. So for January, I know we're already into the month. If you can, pick up the book Present Over Perfect by Shauna Nyquist. I'm really sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. I think it'll be a great one to finish out this month. Really just helping us get in that frame of mind of looking for the meaning and the connection with others and in life, and not just that perfection or the busyness of doing. So pick up Present Over Perfect, leaving behind frantic for a simpler, more soulful way of living. That's our book for January. Grab it. For February, I'm really excited about this one, and if you're a Gilmore Girls or a Parenthood fan, I was a fan of both, then this might be one that excites you. It is a debut novel by Lauren Graham. It's called Someday, Maybe. It has made the New York Times bestseller list, and it just looks like a fun read. I have a feeling it's based a lot on Lauren Graham's story, but it is a novel that she wrote, so it's a different character. It is an actress that the setting is in New York, and it just looks like a really, like I said, fun read, entertaining, pulls you into that story, and I think it would just be a really good look kind of behind that whole struggling actress in New York City kind of take. For a short month, February, it's a great book. For March, we're picking up a book that I've heard really good things about. This one here is a memoir. It is The Woman I Wanted to Be by Diane von Furstenberg. And one thing I've heard about this one, it is filled with amazing quotes. So that's going to be one. Probably our Instagrams are going to blow up with, and our Twitter feeds are going to blow up with great quotes as we read through this book. I think I'm excited about reading all of them. I'm just excited about this whole thing. But for March, The Woman I Wanted to Be by Diane von Furstenberg. And I think it's a great time to read something about a very intelligent, driven, successful woman. Let's read that one together. My iPad is slow and I'm trying to pull up the books faster. For April, this is a book that I've heard so many good things about. It is another memoir. It's a very touching, telling memoir. And it's called When Breath Becomes Air. And it is a New York Times bestseller, but it's also made the top lists of all over the place. One of the best books of the year by the Washington Post, the New York Times, NPR, Better Life Award finalist, made the Amazon Best Book of January 2016 when it came out last year. So it has definitely had some great awards or accreditations given to it. It's been one that I've been wanting to read, so it made our list for this year. If you've read it already, leave a comment and let me know what you thought of it, or better yet, read along with us and join in on our live review of the book. Okay, so this book is actually not out yet. You can pre-order it right now, so it'll be ready for May. It is released May 2nd. So our book for May is Women Who Work by Ivanka Trump. Now, I want to say that it's not political in any way. I'm not endorsing any side or anything like that. I just want to say that I think she's a successful woman, and she's run a lot of companies and businesses and done a lot of things. So I'm interested to see what comes out in this book, what she says, what she has to say. And so Women Who Work, I think the title says it all. And so Women Who Work, let's dive into this one together. So Women Who Work is our book for May. For June, our book is by best-selling author John Green. So ladies, get your tissues ready. He wrote the book Fault in Our Stars, so that can kind of give you an idea of what type of writer he is. This novel that we'll read in June is called Looking for Alaska. He's just an amazing writer, and I think it would be a good book. It would be a good book to dive into. His novels are always so telling and opening and heart-wrenching and beautiful and just brilliantly written. So I was going to say that would be a fun one. I don't know if it'll be a fun one, but it'll be a good one. I'll say that. So that's for June. Okay, so for July is actually a book that is released at the end of June. This is a new book by Laura Casey, who is an amazing writer. And her heart, I think, behind what she does, everything she does, is just beautiful and amazing. So the book we're going to read is called Cultivate, A Grace-Filled Guide to Growing an Intentional Life. And I think that title says it all. It'll be a beautiful read. And I think just a time right in that middle of the year, maybe not so much a middle of the year slump. It's summer, everyone will be excited, but just kind of that middle of the year, a time to reassess our goals and where we're at. And so living an intentional life is hugely part of it. And so I think it'll be a great read. So for July, I hope I said that right. It comes out the end of June, but our book for July will be Cultivate. For August, we are going to read a book that gets released at the end of July. So it's another one we'll get to order and have it, like I said, it's released at the end of July. It'll be our August book. It's by Leanne Moriarty. She is the #1 best-selling author of the book Big Little Lies, and really takes a look at people. Her books are kind of that telling story where it gets you to think outside of what you see on the surface, and it goes beyond that. So her book that she's releasing is coming out this year. It's called Truly, Madly Guilty. 6 responsible adults, 3 cute kids, 1 small dog. It's just a normal weekend. What could possibly go wrong? Her books are stories. They draw you in, they capture you, captivate you, and I guess capture is not the best word. They captivate you. It's one of those books, usually hers are one of those books that you don't want to put down. So it's a good poolside read, but I still think it opens up our minds to see people in different light and even look at our lives in different ways. For September, we're diving into the novel A Man Called Ove, or Of. I think it's supposed to be a take on love, but without the L, from kind of the overview I've read of it. But it's a novel by Frederick Backman. It's on the New York Times bestseller list, again on many other lists. And it starts out with this guy that's kind of a grump, kind of a not so friendly neighbor. And of course, the family moves in and things change. Even the grumpiest of people, well, they can have a heart change. And I think that's what happens in this book. It'll be a fun one. Okay, women, are you ready to learn? Are you ready to grow? Are you ready to develop yourself even more? I'm excited about this book. It's by Sheryl Sandberg. It's called Lean In, Women, Work, and the Will to Lead. Now, she is the chief offer. What is she? The COO of Facebook. She was on Forbes, I think, 50 most powerful women list. And I'm just really excited to read her book all about that, and just an empowerment book for women. Women, work, and the will to lead. And just looking at ourselves in those roles, in those leadership roles, because we can do this. And I think it'll be a really just way to kind of give us that oomph, that kick in the rear. It'll be a book for October, so it'll be that last push for the year, our goals that we've set for the year. It'll be kind of that push and that kick to finish out the year strong. So book for October, Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg. For November, I picked a novel, again, that made so many top lists, and it just looks like a fun read. think Moscow. Think a gentleman that's trapped or not allowed to leave a glamorous luxury hotel full of crazy characters coming in and out. And he desperately wants to leave while everyone else is desperately wanting to get in. So I think it will just be a fun read. It's called A Gentleman in Moscow. Like I said, I've heard great things about it. It's a novel. It'll be one of those just fun, get lost reads, transport you to a different place and time and all of those things. And so be a good one for the month of November. For December, I chose a book that I think is going to be perfect for the month. I feel like it's one of the busiest months of the year. At a time where we all feel like we want to slow down, it's a time where life is crazy busy and there's parties and there's sirens going on outside. I don't know what's happening. Sorry if you can hear that. But December is a month where just the schedule tends to get full. And so the book for that month is by Erin Lochner called Chasing Slow, Courage to Journey Off the Beaten Path. One thing I will say is I love her writing style and her words and her way of just getting it out there, the things that you think or feel and hear. Or whenever I read her, I just keep nod and I'm like, yeah, yes, it's good. And so I think for this here, Chasing Slow is the perfect read for December while we are in the midst of all of the things going on, to remind us a little bit of what's important and the courage to still chase the slow. So those are our books for 2017, our picks. I am so excited about them. I will leave all of the links for the books, a link to our blog post so you can follow along and check back, just all the links down below. Also, like I said, each month we will have a live review of the book right here on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to our channel. That way you can be in the middle of the conversation and everything that's going on. If you are in the Tampa, Clearwater, Tarpon Springs, Florida area, we will also have a live event every month that you can attend, and it'll be our live book club event. So thanks for joining. I'm signing off for now, and I will chat with you next time.